Okay, I know I say things that are like bombastic, but plants are not trying to kill you. They're not. And so, why are people reacting? Why are they having inflammation on plants? And I really want to go into some new concepts of how important it is to incorporate a little bit and a wee bit of vegetables into your daily life. Welcome, everyone, to my very humble lifestyle of going from Hollywood, California to the middle of nowhere because I cannot be in the middle of foolery. Okay, vegetables. They are not trying to kill you. I'm sorry, you've been bamboozled. Now, a lot of people aren't going down to the root cause of why they're so reactive to plants, right? So when you cut them out, you feel great at first. You eat plants, you're having mast cell activation, you have joint pain, mucus, tired, itchy skin, all kind of weird things happen with some people when they consume plants. So the idea is with carnivore or snake diet or lion diet, cut them out. And when you cut them out, like with what Michaela Peterson did, oh my God, for the first time, the clouds go away and the heavens open up and angels are singing. Until your gut microbiome begins to tank. Because there's nothing there really because people aren't eating a matrix, right? There's nothing on a strict carnivore diet, no plants, to help feed your beneficial bacteria in your intestine. You need that beneficial bacteria to eat on something, and it eats on fiber. I know. Lactobacillus bifidobacterium. So you eat meat and more meat, and then there's no stabilization. There's no bacteria food, which that fiber acts like food. And then you are not experiencing this wonderment of fermentation of short chain fatty acids. And those short chain fatty acids, like one is butyrate, will help take down the inflammation in your freaking gut so the holes that you develop can seal up. But nobody talks about that. Why does not anyone talk about the fact that prebiotic fiber, and I mean, they did this years ago, but with the carnivore, zealot, culty thing trend, people aren't talking about the fact that, yeah, the fiber, not in excess, right? We're not supposed to be eating plants 365 days out of the year, all the time, out of season, genetically altered, sprayed with chemicals. Yeah, maybe that's what happens is in terms of inflammation when you Frankenstein our food and eat it nonstop. People aren't growing their own food. No wonder people are developing inflammation or an explosion of inflammation when they eat plants. That's number one. Let's go into the other ways that plants can be incredibly beneficial seasonally and not in excess, or using them as tools, like when you have a fatty liver, to help unthicify that liver, because the liver starts to hold on to toxins and phthalates and plastic and heavy metals, estrogen, high blood sugar. Yeah, it creates this advanced glycation end product. So what are some good liver detoxification? Plants! I know. Why aren't carnivore people talking about that? Because so many people that I coach have their liver enzymes are elevated and they have liver flukes and they just have problems with their liver. And not only do they have a problem with their liver, but they also have a problem with their kidneys and their gallbladder and their pancreas, the pancreatic enzymes. And eating that ribeye is not going to do the trick, my people, to unthicify that liver. Now, if you're experiencing high blood sugar or eating a bunch of toxins, perhaps doing a carnivore in that context can be beneficial. But what helps to clear out the junk in that liver? Plants. Milk thistle. Cruciferous vegetables. I know. Isn't it crazy how your cauliflower can help, or your asparagus can help with intermediate compounds which help neutralize these toxins? That's the first level of detoxification. And then they help excrete these cruciferous vegetables, the junk out, like, through your urine and your bile, the liver bile. No wonder so many of you have gallbladder issues. And you think that that ribeye is going to fix the gallbladder? It ain't. I'm sorry. We got to get some of the toxins out. And that's where plants play a role. I mean, if you do a detox, they'll use things like olive oil. That's a plant. I know. It's a plant. It's a fruit, but it's still a plant. The problem is people have bogged down livers. They have estrogen dominance. Estrogen dominance, this stuff is nasty. Plastic bags and the water that you drink and the birth control pills and the HRTs that doctors say, oh, it's fine, just take your HRT. What the frack? Here's the whole fiber thing again. Insoluble fiber helps bind to heavy metals. So we've got estrogen that clogs up the whole biliary duct system, which has helped to be excreted. So make sure you're hydrated. And then the insoluble fiber helps bind to heavy metals so you can excrete it. Ribeye is not going to do that. The sulfur compounds. It's just a whole wonderment of how nature provides everything. We've got the animals, we've got the fat, and we have certain plants that grow in season at different parts of the world according to your genetic makeup. Yeah. Now, being in ketosis all the time, that's not normal in nature. But we got to kind of hack nature. What do you do if you're reactive to plants, and even though they might be beneficial, you just can't tolerate them? You start off slow. A lot of people just go for it too fast. Like if you're reactive to avocado, high histamine, and you want to introduce it back, have a teaspoon, have a half a teaspoon with some meat and some fat so you can slow down digestion so you don't have this massive histamine response. And what if plants are giving you joint pain? It's the same concept. You have to seal up that gut wall. You have to get your stress down. You have to follow a circadian rhythm. You have to eat healthy foods, clean water. You need to stay away from all of the phthalates and the heavy metals and the plastics and the xenoestrogens jugging up your hormones. What about the Roundup or the pesticides? And most people don't have the patience to work extra hard. They just want it to be easier. But for those who do all those things, who rotate their foods, who go to bed extra early, who learn how to breathe and exercise and square up that lymphatic system. I'm going to do a whole thing on the lymphatic system, my people. That plays a huge role on why your liver is bogged down. And I don't care how much meat you eat or prime. Priming is not going to help the liver detoxify. Believe it or not, the liver is going to really work together with the gallbladder and proper bile flow. Yeah. Plants like dandelion, bitters, Bitters are so good for the gallbladder. Off the hizzy. And so is milk thistle. I know. Yeah. If you have pain from plants, you start off slow. Very slow. You get your whole life in order. You get good quality of water, reverse osmosis, or distilled. Or if you have spring water with a good filter, really go to your local farms. Go locally. If you're willing to put some time into going to bed early and getting your stress down and staying hydrated, then you slowly start adding these plants back in and rotating. And I mean slowly. Because it's not just adding them back. It's how you add them back and when you add them back and the quality of food in which you add back. Yeah. If you don't have a latex allergy and you've developed a sensitivity to avocados, start with 1/4 teaspoon. I know, with protein. And slow down digestion and get your body primed and ready to deal with that histamine response, because you need that prebiotic fiber to help with the production of diamine oxidase and methyltransferase, but start off very slow. And you could do 1 bite of asparagus every other day until your body gets used to whatever's in that plant, whatever it is. If you're reactive to nightshades or lectins, saponins, tannins, nightshades, gluten. High quality food, start off slow, and do it every other day. Do it twice a week with protein and fat to slow down digestion. But don't let anyone ever tell you that strict carnivore is healthy for a long time. It's great for the short term. I recommend it. I coach it. But not 20 years of eating just meat with no prebiotic fiber. No, are some of these sulfur compounds that help the junk out of the liver. Because I don't care who you are, you walk outside and you're exposed to heavy metals, mercury, cadmium, and lead nonstop. How are you going to get that crap out of your liver? The ribeye, your grass-fed, your ground beef, that's not going to get it out. Okay? That's where plants come into place. Yeah. There's some plants that are good binders. And of course, a bunch of other stuff you need to do to help eliminate some of these heavy metals. Comment below. Do you struggle with a carnivore diet? Are you still bloated? Do you get tired? Has it reduced your inflammation? How are you stabilizing the gut microbiome? What's going on with Candida? Comment below. Share this content. That's how people find me. And I'm out, because I gotta edit this mother sucker and go to bed. Tomorrow I gotta go and start all over again with coaching, which I love, and building my house, which I actually love. My Instagram is Stephanie Ketogenic. My Facebook fan page is Stephanie the Business Person. If you guys feel like you need help in a consultation, I ain't gonna jerk your chain. I'm actually gonna get you set in the right direction. Trust. You can go to my Instagram, which is Stephanie the Business Person, or I have a course where I wrote this whole course lesson out today. Tons of information for my people to read on the course page. It's $15 a month. You can do it month by month through stephanieperson.com. And I'm out.